So we are on the re-entry portion of our flight now, and the mission specialists are heading back to their seats. Our training team has worked really hard on this portion of the flight to make it very natural and intuitive for passengers. Now, when we talk about space travel, a lot of people know and expect the boost portion of the flight to be loud and thrilling, but what's interesting is re-entry is also very similar, as supersonic air is flowing over the vehicle in the feathered configuration. Shock waves form on top of the cabin, which are audible to those inside. And for those of you on site watching on the ground, you should be able to hear a double sonic boom as Spaceship Unity once again breaks the sound barrier. All right, folks, we are now subsonic, just under 75,000 feet in altitude. Now also note too, this is our first time transmitting HD camera data down to the ground and then out to a global live stream. So please do see some drops in the feed, but we still have some really great ground footage coming in here. Oh, there we go. Now we can see that is the tail cone of Unity. And the pilots are lowering the feather now. Now, as the feather comes down, the nose of Spaceship is going to drop. This is normal and expected. Once that feather's down and locked, the pilots will begin a gentle pull up to a level attitude. And I'm hearing the feather is down and locked now. So at this point, Spaceship Unity is a glider, so it's all about balancing her potential and kinetic energy. So if the pilots want to go faster, they point the nose down, and if they want to go slower, they bring the nose up. And right now I'm hearing the crew's listening to a special soundtrack for the glide. It's the latest release from Khalid, a track called New Normal. And all of us will get to hear that on Earth during our celebration, so stick around for that. I don't know about you all, but I'm still feeling overwhelmed and excited about what we just witnessed. And there's one person in particular who's got to be having all of the feels right now. You can see him sending a congratulatory shake to his passenger, Colin Bennett, there with him. Let's see if we can connect with the crew again here.
Is manual dump to 200.
So, Richard, you just went to space. This has got to be the ultimate birthday present for you. What was it like? All right, folks, again, sorry, we're not getting that transmission through the live broadcast, but again, we do have lots of recording devices aboard the spaceship, and we will be sure to release some footage of Richard and the crew up there today.
I've done some ridiculous things in my lifetime. That was really, really, really a beautiful spaceport. Congratulations to everybody for creating such a beautiful, beautiful place. Congratulations to all our wonderful team at Virgin Galactic for 17 years of hard work to get us this far.
All right, so I'm still happy we could catch a little part of that. It seems like there's a little bit of a delay in the transmission there. It does have a long way to travel, but you could tell by the smiles on their faces, they just had the ride of their lives. We are so excited for them to land and party the rest of the day with, like astronauts, in the typical Virgin fashion. So we are at 22,000 feet now and descending. And as I mentioned earlier, Unity is a glider at this point. So the pilots right now are discussing their energy management plan. And pretty shortly here, they'll be meeting up with our chase aircraft with Jamil and Patrick to get some really cool visuals of Spaceship Unity. Now, as the crew and spaceship make their way across the desert, they are gliding over one of the most remarkable landscapes in the United States and the largest desert in North America, the Chihuahuan Desert. The area around Spaceport includes more than 6,000 square miles of restricted airspace and high desert, which is one of the reasons it was built here. And of course, our future astronauts will be able to take in so much of that natural beauty. And, of course, we also have White Sands nearby. White Sands National Park is just to our east. It's visible right over the Black Range Mountains. White Sands, of course, has been the backdrop for so many films, commercials, and music videos, and it's known for having the largest gypsum dune field on the planet.
Khalid's music.
So also nearby is the Oregon Mountain Desert Peaks National Monument, and that's nearly 500,000 acres of protected land that our guest families will be able to experience. And even though temperatures can hit the triple digits in the summer here, we also have cool desert days. And fortunately, our pilots and crew can stay comfortable thanks to their spacesuits. They were designed with our technical spacewear partner, Under Armour, and they're absolutely beautiful, as you can see on the crew there. They're lightweight and made of flight grid knitted fabrics, which forms the spacesuit and also helps regulate their body temperature. So also to commemorate this flight from New Mexico, we reached out to the Zia Pueblo, who gave us permission to use their sun symbol on our spaceship. This symbol is also a part of the New Mexico state flag, and it's embedded with symbolic meaning. The number 4 is sacred to the Zia people, and the emblem represents the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 times of day, and the 4 phases of life. We are honored and proud to feature this perfectly balanced symbol on Spaceship Unity's tail cone, as we also celebrate our new home. Oh, you can see the chase in the background there outside of Richard's window. The pilots are coordinating with Chase now and discussing their energy management plan. They're at about 9,500 feet in altitude, and the runway out here at Spaceport America is around 4,600 feet in altitude. All right, we have 3 landing gear down and locked. Now the pilots are going to be landing on runway 34 today, so that's coming from the south and towards the north for those of you on site watching. And for the non-pilots tuning in, those numbers represent the first 2 numbers of the magnetic heading of the runway. So for example, 34 is 340 degrees on your compass. We are just about 1,000 feet above the field now and on final. 500 feet above the runway. 300 feet. Over the threshold. Main gear touchdown. And we're going to hold it just like this for a minute before bringing the nose down. Can see they're already celebrating inside there. And the nose is coming down now. Nose gear touchdown. And braking. Look at that incredible drone footage here as we come in. And there is full stop.
All right.
A perfect landing. Virgin Galactic 4 mission specialists on board from our operational home base, Spaceport America. A beautiful day of flight. What a moment. Congratulations to everybody on board, and of course our very own spaceship Unity, who returned to space today. And of course we also saw beautiful flying from our Eve crew, CJ and Kelly, and brilliant work by our chase pilots, Jamil and Patrick, all of whom are still in the air right now. Great job to you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. More than half a century since the world rejoiced when humans first achieved spaceflight, Richard Branson fulfills his dream of experiencing space travel. Congratulations to Richard and Virgin Galactic. Congratulations also to Colin Bennett and Sarisha Bandla on becoming astronauts. And also a welcome back to space for David Mackay, Mike Masucci, and Beth Moses.
Well, stay tuned, folks. We will be hearing more from our astronauts later in the broadcast, and we also have a special musical performance to celebrate today's milestone. But first, let's hear some thoughts on the flight. Chris, you've returned from space several times now, both on a capsule and a space shuttle. How does this landing compare to the landings you've experienced?
Well, obviously, that's a much more gentle landing than a capsule on my Soyuz flight. The shuttle 2 times is quite similar to what the crew just went through. But for them, of course, it's such a personal experience now. And what are they going to do with this? How are they going to take this amazing view of the Earth that they've just had and the kind of brave new nature of what this whole team has just accomplished? How are they going to now make that part of who they are, and how are they going to share this experience with other people? You know, that's what's going through their minds right now. I'm just so proud of the whole team. That was an amazing accomplishment.
It was epic. And, you know, as somebody who has spent, what, like 4,000 hours in space, is it? Yeah. How do you feel about, you know, a space line for the Earth opening?
It's what I've been hoping that we've been able to do ever since I was a little kid, dreaming about it and during my space flights, so that the technology gets good enough and someone has the tenacity and the vision to push beyond all the resistance and the naysayers and to create a capability for, you don't have to be a professional astronaut for your whole life to see the world this way. I think, I just couldn't be more proud of all the people that work at Virgin Galactic, and I'm just so delighted at what this open door is going to lead to now. It's a great moment.
Absolutely, certainly. And Kelly, I want to hear your thoughts too. And, you know, also your daughter, Delta V, who is on site today, is also, she's only 3 and she's also a huge space enthusiast just like you. And, you know, how does this milestone affect her and what does that mean for her and also for you?
Yeah, I am still emotional from this flight. It is so amazing, a dry eye in the studio. But, you know, when I think of my daughter on site, just like you said, it's like, this is what it's all about. You know, it means the world to me. Not only that she was here to witness history today, but that she's going to watch me, her mom, become an astronaut. You know, that's going to be normal in her mind. That's just another thing moms do. Of course, they go to space. You know, and I just think that's incredible. She's going to grow up knowing that not even the sky is a limit. And I think the other thing that struck me is it's just such a powerful reminder of how much can change in a single generation. My mom is also on site here today. She's going to kill me for aging her, but when she was born, human beings hadn't yet been to space. And when she was growing up, women weren't eligible. And now here she is watching her daughter prepare for a space flight of my own. Yeah, it gives me an early way.
Absolutely. And the moon landing is what inspired Sir Richard Branson. And so who knows what, Delta V watching today, what that's going to inspire her to do and other people in her generation. It's so incredibly exciting.
It is.
And folks, this is just the beginning. Virgin Galactic is a venture as a catalyst. It's the start of a whole new space age, which is completely different from the one before. Space was something that was unattainable by all but a very small group of people. And it was a preserve of government agencies for national pride. And this is totally different. It's the new space age, which is, for Kelly, for Delta V, for Chris, for me, it's for everybody. And, we're making it more accessible to the public. So I know, the full effect of what happened today will not be felt for some time, but it will touch many generations to come. Now, Chris, you were aboard the ISS for about 5 months at one point, right? Did the view out the window ever get old?
Gosh, no. At the end of my 5 months on the space station, we were getting back into our ship, just sort of like the crew returned today. And just before I got into my spacesuit, I went over to the window just to try and soak up a little more of that incredible perspective. The world is so generously beautiful. And you see it in a whole new way. You can see for thousands of miles in each direction. And you can see the curvature of our planet, and the reality of where we all live suddenly becomes part of who you are. And right up to the last second, I was there with my nose print on the glass, trying to not miss the magnificence of this entire experience.
Yeah, and you took like thousands of photos up there too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Does that even give you a glimpse of what it was like as a reminder to be up there?
I know the video today was a little glitchy, but we've got all the recorders on board.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
What the crew's going to have now, of course, is their own personal memories, and then the way to sort of catalyze them again and be able to watch those videos and think about of the beauty of what they've been through and let it sort of sink into who they are. And so, yeah, it really helped me now remember the richness of the experience. So it'll be great to see the videos that they recorded on board.
Absolutely, and that richness sticks with you too. And you have a TED Talk actually that you talked about, a lot of things, right? Overcoming fear, walking through spider webs, but also, my favorite part of it was when you talked about seeing Earth from above and the transformation that it has on people. We call it the overview effect that I really hope and I'm sure that our astronauts today experience. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I've been so lucky to see the world from that point of view, and as one of the very first human beings to have the responsibility and the privilege of being up there, and to have a vehicle like Virgin just put up today that is allowing more eyes than just my two to see it, to understand not just the geology of the world, but us on it. All 7 billion of us, and we're on board this little spaceship of Earth, and you can actually get a palpable sense of that from on board the ship. And the crew of Unity, their 22nd flight here today, they now have that inside of them. And all the subsequent crews. Kelly, when you fly as well, you're going to have a chance to sort of shift your permanent perspective of how all this works. Go from being a two-dimensional human to now suddenly really understanding the 3 dimensions and what this planet truly looks like. And it's going to do us all good. As many people can see that as possible.
Absolutely. And, Kelly, I know you're going to be conducting a lot of experiments on board while you fly with Virgin Galactic, but I hope you're taking some time to look out the window and enjoy that too, right?
I'm going to have to carefully choreograph precious time at that window just to soak it in and enjoy the moment and be in the moment.
Definitely. And, while we're waiting for our crew to disembark now, can you actually tell us a little bit about your experiments?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to be flying healthcare and fluid experiments on board my research flight. The first one is the AstroSkin. It's a wearable sensor system designed to monitor how spaceflight affects the human body. The cool thing about it is the Astroskin is currently worn on board the International Space Station by astronauts, but my flight will be the first time that we're collecting data during launch, re-entry, and landing. So I'm really excited to contribute to some novel data collection for the next generation of astronauts. Another experiment I'm flying is a fluid experiment designed to evaluate the behavior of liquid in a confined environment in microgravity. That's also going to be fun because I'm going to be interacting with a fluid cell that has a camera attached to it, and data collected from that experiment can help inform, new technologies related to life support systems or novel designs for syringes for administering medicine in space. So I'm very excited for the opportunity to take my payloads with me to space.
Absolutely. Well, that's so cool. I am hearing that our Chief Medical Officer, Tara Castleberry, is approaching the vehicle now, and they are going to do a medical debrief with the crew. So we'll see that here momentarily. And our crew is actually going to join us later in the broadcast, where they will receive their astronaut wings. So, Chris, I'm sure you have a vivid memory of the day you received your wings.
Yeah, wings that we wear on our chest, they're a measure of a lifetime of work and purpose and personal accomplishment. And all of the different organizations, of course, have their own wings. But when I flew in space, it was the very that was on my chest. So that was a huge honor for me to have, the Prime Minister of Canada to take these new wings that had minted to show a new human accomplishment, and then for me to have that as part of who I am for the rest of my life. And so it's a huge honor for me that I'm going to be part of that ceremony for these folks that just flew now.
I was just going to say, now you get to return that honor to the crew today. It's so exciting. I know you have a really important role to help present those astronaut wings, so we're all looking forward to seeing that. As our pilots and passengers prepare to make their way back to spaceport, let's hear a little bit more about our special musical guest who will celebrate their arrival.
Thanks, Veronica. And if you thought that was incredible, folks, someday you're going to tell your grandchildren that you were watching the live stream when Virgin Galactic and Richard Branson first launched into space. And they'll say, "We know, Mima, you've told that story 100 times. But then you'll say, "Even the part about Khalid performing the song New Normal for the first time?" And then they'll sit up excitedly and they'll say, "Really? You were there?" And you'll say, "Yes." Because, ladies and gentlemen, here to debut his new single, New Normal, welcome to the stage El Paso's very own Khalid.
You find your ways never enough, though it's been tough for you, losing touch, but summer has its end sometimes. And although I can't promise you much, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So you make it better somewhere in darkness, sitting you the hardest. No one predicted how far we came. It's not what you wanted. How fast time goes, living in the moment, taking you for granted. It's a new normal, it's up for us to live in it, not to understand it. Hey! Find your ways, never enough, though it's been tough for you, losing touch, but I heard summer has its end sometime. Although I can't promise you much, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. You unpick your pages, how the story goes. And this life is what you make it. It's out of your control. It's almost like you're screaming, but no one hears your voice, 'cause everything is changing. Yeah, yeah, 'cause everything is changing, and I can't stop a thing. Whoa, whoa, yeah, everything is changing. Yeah, oh, whoa, just yeah, 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 just take me back to the start. Just house, yeah. You find your way, it's never enough, though it's been tough for you. Losing touch, but summer has it sometimes. Thank you, thank you. Woo. All right, this next song right here, it's the fun one. This one right here is called Better. Thank you guys for joining me. Love to see you shine in the night like the diamond you are. I'm good on the side, it's alright, just so me in the dark. No one's gotta know what we do. Hit me up when you're bored. Oh, nah, yeah. 'Cause I live down the street, so we meet when you need, and it's yours. All I hear is nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. Nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better. No, yeah. We got high. This is what you like, I admit. Yeah. Nothing feels. You say we're just friends, but I swear when nobody's around. Hey, you keep my hand around your neck, we connect. Are you feeling it now? 'Cause I am. I got so high the other night, I swear to God, I'm from my feeling ground. Hey, hey. Back against the wall, this is all you've been talking about. My end, nothing feels better than this. No, no, yeah. Nothing feels, hey, hey. Oh, now we got high. This is what you like, I'll admit, yeah. Nothing, no left. Right, left, right, take it back, bring it side to side, like that, right. No, left, right, take it, yeah, oh, oh, yeah, nothing feels, yeah, oh, yeah, nothing feels better, nothing feels better, no, yeah, now we hard to see what you like. Hey, nothing feels better than this. Nothing feels better than this. Hey. Thank you. I have one more song for you guys. This one right here is called Talk. Hey, how you doing up there? Y'all good? All right. Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're before we get lost? Limit your thoughts, can't get what we want. Never felt like this before. I apologize if we're moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just figure out? Hey, yeah. Starting off right, I can see it in your eyes. I can tell that you want more. What's been on your mind? There's no reason we should hide. Tell me something I ain't heard before. Hey, you've been about it, and it's you want more. So stop about it. Can we just talk? Yeah, can we just talk? Talk about love before we get lost. Limit your thoughts, can't get what we never felt like this before. I apologize if we're moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Yeah, yeah. Oh, nah. Penthouse view, got some flowers in the room. I'll make sure I leave the door unlocked. I'm on the way, swear I won't be late. I'll be there by 5 o'clock. Hey, you bet about it, and it's me you want. So stop about it. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Yeah, yeah, before we get lost, yeah, let me before. If we're moving too far, can we just talk? Yeah, yeah. Can we just talk? Can we just? Can we? Before we get lost, yeah, let me yours. Yeah, yeah. I've never felt like this. Yeah, but can we just talk? Oh my God, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Racing Galactic. Thank you guys.
Put your phone down, Chris. Go.
That was beautiful, man. I really enjoyed that. One of the lyrics in your new song was, I never imagined, I never predicted, how far we've come. And
Yeah.
look what we were just at here today. What did you think of the whole thing today?
Super nerve-wracking. Honestly, it's a dream to even be here, so I'm so thankful. And like you said, look how far we've came just as humanity. That was so memorable, so historic. We went to space.
But I mean, you are the youngest person ever to have reached, 20 billion streams, I think, on Spotify?
Yeah.
So where do you think we are in history? What does this mean for you?
For me, I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful, and it seems surreal. And I think that's kind of how we all feel about the times right now. It's super surreal, but it's true. It's our new normal. So we're going to have to get used to it because we're going to see a lot more to come.
What are you dreaming of doing in your life?
I dream that I get the confidence to go up there, too.
That'd be great. And I think you tweeted out, if you went to space, what would you take with you? So I'm turning around the question. What would you take?
One of my best friends gave me a crystal for my birthday. I would take that with me, too.
You would take that?
Yeah. I really cherish my friends.
Well, that was just beautiful listening to you on stage, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
delighted to have a chance to get to know you and to share something so magnificent with you here today.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I've been lucky enough to fly in space myself,
I know.
and you are going to love the experience when you have a chance to go.
I know I will.
Yeah, I've been outside of a spaceship, watching the world turn underneath.
Unreal.
And what we really need is ships like this one that's behind us that can let people get up there, people with your kind of
make
talent.
it conventional for everyone to go
But your
up there.
kind of talent to then
thank you.
share it in a way that other people can really understand.
Oh, you're too nice. Thank you. I really appreciate
So
that.
I'm really excited. You think maybe, you're one of the great singer-songwriters. Do you think maybe some of the stuff you've seen today is going to inspire you?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. It inspired me already.
Yeah, it's just such a delight to see your talent in a place like this on a historic day.
So beautiful. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, Virgin Galactic, as well. I really appreciate it because none of this would have happened without you guys. Everybody, all the engineers, everybody working on set. I really appreciate it.
So, Khalid, you see right there's the door that you get in through, and then you get into your seat, and then you could have a chance to go experience that for yourself.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see.
I think you'll love the experience. To be able to not just get up on stage and see all the thousands of people, but to get so far up and see the world. It's just a
Wonderful.
beautiful experience. So
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you
man.
so much.
And a wonderful day to be together.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Well done, man. Well done.
Well, we just witnessed the crew disembark from the spaceship, and what a hero. And what a hero's welcome they received. That was so adorable, seeing all the friends and family greet them now officially as astronauts. Now we're going to give them just a minute here to freshen up. They're entering Gaia now, which is what we call the first level here at Spaceport America. So like I said, they're going to get an opportunity here to just freshen up. But while we wait, let's hear more about some of the other Virgin companies in our Virgin family.
If we can do this, imagine what else we can do.
If we can go here, imagine where else we can go.
If we can feel this,
3, 2, 1, release, release, release.
Fire. Fire.
imagine what else we can feel.
If we can change this.
Wow, look at that view.
Welcome to the club, astronauts.
Imagine what else we can change.
If we can share this,
We can.
We can.
we can.
We can.
We can.
It's so wonderful to see how all of the Virgin companies are making a difference in the world. Now, you saw some of our footage from our previous flights in that video as well. Let's see some highlights from today's flight. So this is the crew at the end of the apron here. And you can see Richard getting out of his Land Rover, getting ready to board spaceship with the crew. And there they are, getting fastened into their seats and getting ready for takeoff. Just a beautiful takeoff, and I imagine that's just so comfortable and intuitive for people to experience on their way up and give them, a way to contemplate what's about to happen. And there's release there, the exciting moment, lighting the rocket motor and headed to space. That's so cool. So you can see the moment when they release right there. Kelly, are you so excited to experience that?
Unbelievably so. I mean, this is something only a handful of humans have ever experienced in the world. And for the first few hundred humans who journeyed to space, their flights, look at this. I mean, that footage is incredible.
So cool, just floating in zero G.
Their flights focused solely on function. But for the next generation of astronauts, we have this opportunity to optimize on experience. And there's just no one better to curate that experience than Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic. I mean, this is just the next generation of spaceflight.
Absolutely, and customer service is certainly his specialty. And we do everything in style here, including that stylish landing on the same runway they took off of. And there it is now being towed back. Again, this is footage from today's flight just moments ago. Right now, we have our crew in Gaia, which is the first floor of our Spaceport America's Gateway to Space building. And we call this the Gateway to Space because it is literally the building, the last building that human beings step foot in before becoming astronauts.
And these moments, like Richard has said, this is what it's all about. His grandchildren, the next generation, I mean, that generation is going to grow up with unprecedented inspiration, exposure, and access to space. It's going to fundamentally change the way we live, the way we see ourselves and the world. It's unbelievable to be here today, to get to see this and to be a part of this history.
Yeah, and it's so heartwarming there to see Richard with his grandchildren and his family. You know, back in 2018, on our very first space flight, he wrote a letter to his grandchildren. Let's take a step back and see some history on that.
A letter to my grandchildren. My dad, your great-granddad, was an extraordinary man, full of wise words. He would often remind me that life is wonderful, and it is that simple truth which has driven me as I built businesses, raised my family, and embarked upon my many adventures. You are at the very start of life. It is an incredible gift, and it is there for the taking. It will deliver highs and lows, but by living it to the full, by always trying to do the right thing, and by keeping a childlike sense of adventure, it will indeed be wonderful. I used to think of space as a destination, but I now realize it's a journey with some amazing milestones along the way. Your lives will be transformed by space, and it will give your generation the planetary perspective on which the future of humanity rests. That we're all in this together, fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. Today we pass the most significant of them all, as our beautiful VSS Unity, along with the hopes and dreams of so many, became the first spaceship built for regular passenger service to put humans into space.
Control. Seconds. 58 seconds. Motor shut down. Mach 2.8.
Great motor burn, everybody. We're going to space, Richard.
264,000 feet. Welcome to space, Unity.
Incredible. Check that out. We can see Mexico. Spaceship Unity, welcome to space.
Copy, base. $1 million view.
After G.
Virgin Galactic has shown that when you set off on challenging but important adventures, exceptional people come forward to join the journey. People who are consistently by your side and on your side. People who share your dreams and people who help make them reality.
Rolling to the right.
As I watch Unity and her brave pilots soar upwards into space today, my vision blurred by tears, I could hear your great-granddad whisper once again in my ear. Life is indeed wonderful.
That is just really heartwarming, and it's so cool that his grandchildren could be here with him today to celebrate his space flight. Now, our crew pretty soon here are going to receive their astronaut wings, and I'm hearing that Gaia and the ramp are just in full celebration mode at this point. And let's go ahead and check out some of the action down there. Kevin, who have you got there with you?
Thank you so much, and we are here where the action is, and it is, you can feel it. It's so much fun out here. Everyone's excited. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Sharon Hagel from Orlando, Florida.
And welcome, Sharon. And what did you think of today's launch?
Oh my God, it was so exciting. I'm beyond it's over the moon. And I didn't realize it was going to be so emotional. I'm still shaking. This is incredible.
You and me both, Sharon, and it's really exciting. And I also hear that you're actually a future astronaut who's going to go on the ship yourself.
Yes, I'm so proud to be a part of this community, this family of astronauts from the very get-go. It's an amazing group of like-minded individuals who love space.
That's amazing, and I'm excited for you, and I can't wait till that moment. And in fact, thank you so much for speaking with us. We have another future astronaut, I think, coming right over here as well. Mr. Ron, I think we spoke a little bit before. Yes, can you tell us what your name is and where you're from?
Yeah, it's Ron Rosano, San Francisco Bay Area.
Well, welcome here to Spaceport of America. What do you think of the location?
Oh, it's always fabulous here, and it's such an emotional day, and not only for us that are connected to Virgin Galactic and the project, but as we turn a corner and expand the thinking and understanding of our world and us as a planet, and to think of the views and the ways things are going to spread for students and people around the world, and thinking of us on a spaceship, Earth, and us crew on Earth is a very emotional, profound thing.
That's amazing. Yeah. So what are you looking forward to most when you go up to space here in the near future?
Oh, it's hard to say. I think you would expect a change in your understanding of the world and in the way it relates to you.
That's fantastic. And I hear you work with children in some organizations. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I've been organizing video conferences with students from classrooms all over the world with me and other future astronauts, and also staff from Virgin Galactic. So we give students the opportunity to have a one-on-one Q&A session with people that are going to space and people that are building spaceships, and that's incredibly rewarding work, and we're so glad to do it.
Oh, we're glad to have you here, and thank you so much for speaking with us today. And we have one more guest down here we wanted to talk to, and what is your name?
Hello, I'm Zana Vazim, and I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Well, welcome here to New Mexico. What did you think of today's event?
It was unbelievable, unreal, and truly out of this world.
Have you ever thought about going to space yourself?
Yes, actually, I am a future astronaut. I'm the youngest one so far, and the reason that I think space is so inspirational and important is because it represents the unity of humanity. It truly doesn't belong to one country, one nation, and it's without borders. And so my dream is not just for myself to experience space, but for women and young girls to experience it too.
Well, you are truly an inspiration, and I can't wait for your journey. It's going to be coming up soon, and today marks the big day. It's a catalyst for all this, a new day for us in space travel, and here we are. Can't wait to get back in the crowd, so we'll be checking back with you guys in a bit. Back to the studio.
It's great to see some of our future astronauts here today. Right now, we have over 600 future astronauts from 60 different countries. I know all of them today, whether they're here at Spaceport America with us or watching from around the world, will be eagerly anticipating the day they arrive here with their friends and family, ready to take in their space flight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, our amazing, historic, heroic crew are ready to come on over to be fitted for our wings ceremony right outside.
Let's hear from a Virgin Galactic astronaut, our Chief Astronaut Instructor, Beth Moses, who witnessed those life-changing views firsthand.
My name is Beth Moses, and I'm an astronaut and the Chief Astronaut Instructor here at Virgin Galactic. And I was honored to carry a little tiny piece of everyone's heart with me into space when I performed the first test of our customer cabin. I was very, very eager to perform this test to make sure that the company could succeed and you all could go to space. And so I tightened up my straps right before release.
3, 2,
and I felt a free fall, like a drop tower at an amusement park. And time seemed to go slower for a little while, maybe because I was really eager for the rocket motor to light.
Fire, fire.
It feels comfortable. It feels like a strong pressure, but it comes on slowly and smooth. But you definitely feel pushed back in your seat. And you have a sense that you're starting to go pretty fast. Then the pilots started to turn us towards space. I had expected the inertial forces to be the dominant sensory input during this gamma turn. And in actuality, they weren't. Outside my window, the sky had gone purple. And the sound and feel and sight, like nothing I'd ever seen before. So I came out of that gamma turn, and I certainly knew that I was headed to space. I could hear the pilots calling increasing Mach numbers, and I literally said, "We're doing it, we're going up."
Standing by. 20 knots. 6 center, RCS enabled. Transmit 17 knots.
At rocket motor cutoff, there's no lurch. I didn't lurch forward in my straps, and it's a common misnomer. There's no feeling of suddenly being weightless. Your arms don't suddenly float up. Your hair doesn't suddenly float up and get in your face if you have long hair. It's really actually far more gentle and quiet and calm than any of the Hollywood movies would lead you to believe. The first time you turn and get up out of your seat a little bit and look out the window when you're in space, of course, the first thing that caught my eye was the curve of the Earth. And then I had to go about my test. I tested a few ways to get in and out of the seat. I tested some handrails, and then ultimately made my way forward in the cabin, just behind our pilots, completely weightless, not touching anything, hands up, head up, hair up, feet up. And that moment around apogee is just something. So I was coasting to a stop and able to look out at the Earth. And it feels timeless, and it soaks into your soul. The sky, space, is just this deep, deep, endless black. And then the most compelling thing is the Earth below you. The vista below you is unreal. Beneath me was just this bright, high definition Earth, like in all her glory, Mother Earth. Pictures do not do it justice. And I believe everywhere you fly, there will be something magic about the Earth. And here in New Mexico, you're gonna have the Hope Diamond, because White Sands is right next to the runway. And I think it's amazing that you are stopped and still, and your body has a chance to slow down, and you get this, forgive me, God's eye view of Mother Earth. That stuck in my soul. It's gonna stick in everyone's soul. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I cannot wait for Richard and everyone to experience this and let it soak in and let it do good.
It's always so moving to hear Beth speak about that, and it's an experience that Richard just got to experience, as well as Colin and Sarisha. And I am hearing they are all ready now to come out for the wing ceremony, and what a hero's welcome they're going to get. Let's go ahead and shift our program over to the ramp to capture these festivities. Please welcome the Chief Executive Officer of Virgin Galactic, Michael Colglazer.
Guys. All right. This was a morning, wasn't it? This is a morning we are going to remember for the rest of our lives. I'm really grateful and I'm really honored to be with you here. Look at the setting. I saw Governor Lujan Grisham earlier. There is no better place to go to space than New Mexico. As it goes. I'm still kind of speechless from it all. How about you guys? It is there. Well, we did something incredible today. is years in the making, almost a couple decades in the making. It couldn't have been done without the hundreds of people, over 1,000 before we got through with everything getting done here. And just a congratulations to the team. For all of you who are watching online, you'll see a few of us on stage, but this was made up by thousands, and we're incredibly thankful to this team. So great job, everybody. You know, there's one person in the Virgin Galactic family who's not here today, but who is an incredible, incredible force and guiding light for us, and that was Professor Stephen Hawking. And Stephen Hawking was an inspiration to many of the team at Virgin Galactic. He was an inspiration to Richard through the years. And many people don't know, but Stephen Hawking actually named our spaceship Unity. He's an incredible person, and at a moment like this, I think the words that should introduce our astronauts should be the words that Stephen Hawking himself spoke in 2016 when we rolled out our spaceship Unity. So with that, if we could please hear from the amazing Stephen Hawking.
I have always dreamed of space flight, but for so many years, I thought it was just that, a dream. But I had reckoned without the dream of another, a man with a vision and persistence, to open up space flight for ordinary earthbound citizens. Richard Branson made it his mission to make space flight a reality, for those intrepid enough to venture beyond the boundaries of the Earth's atmosphere. The first private astronauts will be pioneers. We are entering a new space age, and I hope this will help to create a new unity. Space exploration has already been a great unifier. Taking more and more passengers out into space will enable them, and us, to look both outwards and back, but with a fresh perspective in both directions.
Okay, you guys stand up.
Are you going to be
Hi.
on our wings? Sorry, I was told, sorry, everything.
I was upside down a few minutes ago, so excuse me. Anyway, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. And I'm not sure whether Stephen Hawking's words have played, but it was such an honor knowing him and such an honor having him as an astronaut. He decided to go up there before us, but it's lovely to still have his words with us. Incredible honor to have Chris Hadfield with us. You will all remember his beautiful playing of a guitar from space. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Congratulations.
I think, like most kids, I have dreamt of this moment since I was a kid, but honestly, nothing could prepare you for the view of Earth from space. I mean, the whole thing was just magical, and suddenly you're looking down and you're seeing 3 people looking up at you. Hang on a minute, what are you doing down there? We have this incredible Earth. Anyway, I'm just taking it all in. It's just unreal. I was so honored to test the customer experience. So initially, I thought testing the customer experience was a little bit of an excuse to get me on. It wasn't. It's so great to just get out there, test the customer experience. You get lists and lists of little things, and it's the little details that matter. So we are going to now have no details to sort out with this space line. This remarkable crew of mission specialists, and now, any second now, and now astronauts. They are a complete delight to have flown with, yeah, it was just, we've had such a great time. An enormous thank you, obviously, to our incredible spaceship pilots. And to our mothership pilots. I think they must, I don't know where they are. If they're here, they should come and join us on stage. Anyway, just to say, and obviously, sorry, Beth, Colin, and Sarisha, if you didn't know who they were. Anyway, thanks to all of you for being here at Spaceport America. It's hot, I'm sorry, but thank you for standing out here. The spaceport is the most stunning building when you come in the morning and see this thing emerging from the desert. I think it could be one of the 10 wonders of the world. So awesome to arrive on a bicycle and to across this beautiful New Mexico countryside. And thank you to New Mexico for hosting us, for building this, for everything. Khalid, thank you for performing. We loved. Hello. And where's his lovely wife? Come on. Right. He's had quite a month. Stand by him. Yeah, this beautiful new baby will be born this month, and this beautiful baby was born a couple of years ago. And thank you for letting him come with us. I just would also like to thank my wonderful, beautiful wife, Joan, who's hopefully here somewhere. Yeah, we've been lucky enough to have been together for, where is she? There, for 45 wonderful, wonderful years, and we've been very, very blessed. And we've got Holly and Sam here. Our grandchildren, and pretty well everything. Lots of friends. Sadly, none from England. So to you, we'll get you out here one day. But love you lots, all of you. And just finally, I know I said it from the spaceship, but I just want to say thank you to every single person who has believed in Virgin Galactic, the team who have worked so hard to make this dream come true. Love you all. It's 17 years of painstaking work, and the occasional horrible down, but by and large, ups with it, and today was definitely the biggest up. So thank you, all of you. Love you all. The mission statement that I wrote inside my spacesuit was to turn the dream of space travel into a reality for my grandchildren who are here, for your grandchildren, and for many people who are alive today, for everybody. And having flown to space, I can see even more clearly how Virgin Galactic is the space line for Earth. We're here to make space more accessible to all, and we want to turn the next generation of dreamers into the astronauts of today and tomorrow. We've all of us on this stage have just had the most extraordinary experience, and we'd love it if a number of you can have it too. And with that in mind, I have some news. So today, Virgin Galactic is thrilled to announce that we have partnered with Amaze to open space for everyone. So if you go to amaze.com, I think /space to enter, you have a chance to go to space. And every donation supports a charity called Space for Humanity. And you'll be entered into the Amaze sweepstakes for the chance to win not one, but 2 seats aboard one of the first commercial Virgin Galactic space flights. And with my Willy Wonka hat on, a guided tour of Spaceport America given by yours truly, and I promise lots of chocolate in the factory. I mean, the exciting thing about this is that if enough people all over the world participate, it just means we can just keep on, the charity can keep on doing tickets for people. So it's a lovely sort of self-propelling way of just trying to get lots of people who couldn't have otherwise afforded to go to space. So just imagine a world where people of all ages, all backgrounds, from anywhere, of any gender, of any ethnicity, have equal access to space. And they will in turn, I think, inspire us back here on Earth. If you've ever had a dream, now is the time to make it come true. And I'd just like to end by saying, welcome to the dawn of a new space age. Thank you.
Let's do pins. You can keep that. Okay, thank you. Let's do wings now. It has been a tremendous day here in New Mexico. A beautiful sunny day. It's the time of year where from the sycamores and the maples, the little keys, after having worked so hard to grow vertically, are going to detach from the mothership of their tree and float and tumble and plant a seed somewhere else. And the wings that are the Virgin Galactic wings that I have the huge privilege of pinning on the crew are those sycamore seeds and the sycamore wings. It's just a beautiful acknowledgement of the work and the passion and the risk and the accomplishment of everybody here, and specifically these 4 new astronauts. So if I could have you come up first here, please. All right, go. Everybody, Sharisa Bandla, astronaut! Colin, come up. Get this in the right hand. Tremendous honor. Lovely that your family is here. There you go, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Bennett, astronaut! Ready? Yeah. Just reach across. There we go. Get the magnet secure. All right. And as part of the historic Unity 22 flight, ladies and gentlemen, it is Beth Moses, astronaut. And I don't know of anyone on Earth with the wild vision, the confidence where so many people don't have it, the willingness to take chances, the tenacity to follow it through, and the chance then to celebrate with everyone. Then this man sitting next to me. And so it's a ridiculous honor for me, sir, to be able to give you something that you have earned so handily.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice chest, Richard. That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is Sir Richard Branson, astronaut. Congratulations. Well done, sir. Congratulations, guys.
No, thanks.
Well done.
Thanks for coming out. That was
Well done.
wonderful.
The ship okay?
Oh, yeah. It was an interesting time.
Really?
Oh, yeah, she's ready to go again.
There you go, guys.
Oh, gosh.
I'll get out of the way.
Yeah, I'll grab that. Thank you so much.
We are an island, surrounded by oceans of land, desert land, mountain land. Each time I fly home, I contemplate the endless space. Here, you sense the hand of time, the relentless creativity of nature, and of man. New Mexico, true.
Well, folks, that does it. Richard Branson has left the planet and experienced space travel thanks to the magic of science. I know it's an experience that he hopes and expects many others, especially the next generation, will enjoy during his lifetime through the Virgin Galactic experience. To quote Neil Armstrong, wow. You got to imagine Neil said that at some point. For lifelong space fans like me, today was truly special. It was a dream come true because, like Richard, when I was a young child, I'd stare up at the stars and wonder if advancements in space travel would someday reach the point where a private citizen could launch themselves to the stars while I hosted a live stream of it. It's truly been an inspiring day. Humanity witnessed Richard Branson journey to space and, for one brief shining moment, experienced what the planet would be like without him on it. I, for one, am going to treasure that feeling. So thank you for watching, and congratulations again to Virgin Galactic and Richard Branson and the rest of this courageous crew. Richard, I can't wait to have you on my show so we can talk about this and, I don't know, maybe arm wrestle or something. Those few minutes in space have surely reduced your bone density. So long, everybody. See you in the stars.